We've done a test actually with one of our customers. They're saving around 24 hours a week just from a single depot.
To those of us in the industry, we know that it's a lot more technical. I've seen things change dramatically in the past few years. And I said, "What do you do with that information?" And he said, "Unless somebody phones me and tells me they got a puncture," and he drops it in the bin. Hello and welcome to Tyre Talk number 7 with me, Ewan Scott. In this episode, we talk to TyreOps Joe Stapleton to discuss the benefits of the company's proprietary tyre management system. We will come to learn that this is more than just a fleet management tool, but rather a system that can help retailers, fitters, fleets, and everyone involved in the chain manage their tyres and get the best out of their business from a tyre perspective. With that, let's get on with the interview. Joe, it's good to see you at the start of 2026. I think we last spoke at the RTX, and
Oh,
we
God.
talked about doing this.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago even
Yeah.
with
Okay.
everything.
So you are TyreOps. So
Yeah.
tell us what I've had a look at the TyreOps website, and you seem to offer a management system for everybody and everything in the tire industry. So tell me how this works.
Yeah, TyreOps is a modern all-in-one platform for tire businesses and fleet operators to manage, the operations across the entire tire supply chain. So whether our customers are either doing retail, commercial, specialty service work, wholesale distribution, retreading, and even the tire management side, so managing your own network of third-party service providers, all those parts of the supply chain is brought together into one system essentially. So I think the best way to think about it is like TyreOps replaces kind of those disconnected processes, those multiple systems, the pen and paper, and puts it under one platform. So it gives customers that live visibility, that full end-to-end automation across processes, and that control across day-to-day operations.
Okay. And obviously, I've spoken to other people who do tire management systems and fleet management systems. What makes TyreOps stand out? What are your unique selling points?
Yeah, I mean, the big difference for us, the big benefit is for our customers to have that one platform, that live view of operation. So everyone is working in a single cohesive space, whether it's across jobs, inspections, stock control, invoicing, the network side and the marketplace. And having that all automated together is quite a significant leap forward for a lot of my customers operationally and a huge amount of time being saved. So we've done a test actually with one of our customers. They're saving around 24 hours a week just from a single depot, which is quite significant, trying to bring all of this kind of elements together. So it means obviously less admin, fewer errors, faster invoicing, and kind of a better service experience for their customers. And for the fleets, and the big thing for the fleets is they have better visibility. They've got customer login access, they've got all this reporting to make better decisions on how they're performing with their fleet and from a cash perspective as well. And there's more consistent outcomes with that. So with that live reporting, I think those are one of the biggest USPs. I'm happy to hear that a lot of our customers are winning new business and retaining business as well, whether it's large fleets or even government contracts, because they're able to kind of display that control and give those insights, and that's fantastic to see. But I mean, reporting and insights is a big part, but we also have a lot of deep automation built into the system. So rather than managing a system for jobs and then another one for stock and another one for invoicing, or even pen and paper, which is still around in this industry, the whole connection within TyreOps' features really do boost our customers' kind of operations. So defects found on a job, on an inspection, can be converted instantly to a job. and you can track that progress as well. All the history captured from inspections of jobs are retained. So the next time a technician works on a vehicle, it's all there. So it's just tweaking things if needed. Stock is linked automatically when it comes back. Jobs are checked and corrected if needed, which seems to be a big one. And it can then generate an invoice straight away. So all these little things have added up to make the process so much quicker for our customers, and they save a significant amount of time as well. And I guess as well, one of the big USPs is we're a modern platform. You know, we evolve quickly. We push updates every 1 to 2 months with a host of improvements and new features. We listen to our customer base as well. I mean, if you ever speak to some of my customers, you hear probably that, you know, they wanted something like a feature. It's not years in the waiting or even months. It's we add it onto the next update, and that's fantastic to see kind of that relationship we have with those customers. And I guess lastly, integrations. Like, we have open APIs and we are in the process at the moment actually connecting to a few tire manufacturer and management companies to save a significant amount of time when double entering into their own systems. And the key difference is it's an enhancement. We're not doing APIs to kind of replace missing functionality or features, because we've got all that. It's about doing these APIs which actually is meaningful and saves more time for our customers. So yeah, it's quite a lot, but this combination of, you know, one platform, deep automation, live insights, and this rapid evolution, it creates a step change compared to kind of the legacy systems out there today.
Okay, so you've got a sort of one system fits all, as it were, and when I've talked about the fleet management systems in the past, we've tended to focus on the fleet side and the benefits to the fleets.
Yeah.
But looking at your website, I noted that you also focus on the retail side. So you have a stock management system, for
Mm-hmm.
want of a better description, an EPOS for
Yep.
the tire retailer. Can you tell us a bit more about how that works?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the supply chain, there's a lot of crossover functionality. So you did touch on like the fleet side, and we've got, you know, various compliance reports that satisfies the commercial market and the specialty market. But for the retail side, like, it's just about making sure that every piece is covered. So having a tire database, of course, really speeds things up. Having one search box rather than multiple search boxes, so it makes it quick and easy to find what you've got in stock as well. We've also got, I mean, there's more elements on the commercial side with like customer and property management, from casing management and so forth. But for the retail side, we have like the quoting side of it, being able to just quickly enter stock purchases as quickly and as efficiently as possible, because retail is very much a get in, get out kind of process. And now we've actually linked it to the job side itself. So a lot of our retail customers are even doing digital job sheets, getting the evidence by taking photographs, which has been a big changer, because a lot of retail customers may come in and go, "Oh, you've done this to my vehicle." And it's going, "No, here's the pictures. It was completely fine." And it's great to kind of see that adoption as well. So yeah, so we're not only catering to kind of the retail side and how it works today, but we're kind of evolving with it and providing them with more features, which allows them to kind of just stay ahead of the game, stay compliant, and make sure that there's less queries at the end of the day. And that's the biggest thing.
Okay. I also noticed that you refer to retreading.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back to the commercial side. So
Mm-hmm.
the retreading is still a growing market. How
Yeah.
how do you help the fleets and retreading?
So retreading, I've always been quite passionate about this side, because it's kind of like that life cycle of when a tire comes off, can you still get more life out of it? Obviously, it's more environmentally friendly and greener to do this kind of stuff. So I wanted to make sure there was facilities that kind of cater for that industry. So we've got obviously a casing management function, which I'm not sure what other solutions are out there, I'll be honest, on that side. But we've also linked that up. So when it comes from a job, it comes straight into that side. It can then be checked by the inspector, what to do with it. Do you want to put it into COP stock? Do you want to dispose of it because of a certain reason? Do you return it to the manufacturer because it's a manufacturer's job? So there was a big kind of hole that we saw and thought this needs organizing essentially. And if, it's great for people who are not retreaders as well. But also at the same time, for those who are doing retreads, it can then go into that life cycle of becoming a new tire, going through that step-by-step process of retreading. And eventually when it comes out, it goes straight into your stock. So again, the automation is the key part for that side. And I'm quite passionate to keep evolving the retreading side with some of our retreading customers on that as well.
Hey, this one might be a little bit out of left field, as it were.
Okay.
Tire recycling is increasingly important, and we have a massive problem in the UK with what happens to our tires. The
Mm-hmm.
government is talking about, say, digital waste management, digital tire management. Is that something that TyreOps can fit into and help make happen?
Yes, pretty much. It's something that we've already designed and it's ready to go into development essentially. Um, Again, because it's an all-in-one system, like there's a lot of crossover functionality. We're already recording the tire details of it coming off and where it's going, and if it's going for tire disposal, we've got that log. So everything's there. It's just a case of now making a feature that is front end where they can see all these disposed tires and essentially have a PDF generated or a digital email receipt essentially to say these are the tires that are being disposed of. Here's the proof, and it says where it's going. So it's not far off in the distant future, I would have to say, and I'm excited for it because again, it's about closing that loop, that tire supply chain, and making sure it is truly in one place. So any features that we design going forward, we have a strong foundation, and that's the most important part. So anything new like this, it's not years in development. It's not even months. It's weeks, and that's exciting for me.
It's good that you're still looking ahead and you're continually developing the process. It's for those outside the tire industry, we all know that it's black and round, and there's nothing to it. It's
Yeah,
who cares? But
yeah,
to those of us in the industry, we know that it's a lot more technical. And
yeah.
I've obviously been around for a while. I've seen things change dramatically in the past few years. I first wrote about RFID technology and tire pressure monitoring almost 30 years ago,
Oh
and at the
wow.
time I was it's never going to take off. It'll never happen. But now here we are, and it's an integral part of the business. And
Yeah.
it's people like TyreOps that are at the forefront in making this happen.
No, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I mean, I think also an important thing in this industry is the flexibility. Yes, it's great to have the RFID technology put into these tires, whether it's at the beginning of its life when it's on retreading, or even just to track it when it's disposed of. But it's also very important to give the options to the user essentially. So what happens if they don't want to go down the RFID route? Is there another way of doing it? And the answer is yes. So we've got to provide that flexibility, and this is what this kind of industry needs, in my opinion, because everyone, yes, it's black and round, but even everyone works differently, and that's the biggest challenge: is catering to everyone's needs. So plus, it's a fun industry to be in. So lots of challenges, which I'm happy with.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a couple of fleet managers, and you get the people at the big fleets serving the supermarkets, and they're carrying the same loads, same roads, same drivers,
Yeah.
and they are I think they're the guys who make the most use out of tire management, fleet management. And then you've got the guys who are doing different runs, different loads, different routes every day. And
Mm-hmm.
they have a different approach because they can't monitor quite the same way as the vehicles that are on the same routes all the time. So,
Mm-hmm.
as you say, there are different needs and different dynamics in the business, and what fits the guy with the big fleet doesn't necessarily fit the guy with half a dozen vehicles doing different jobs.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. It's at the end of the day, those insights they're important regardless of their operation, and it has to be flexible to cater for it. So for the, as you said, the 12 vehicles doing different routes, whether it's through the UK or going into Europe, they need kind of some data essentially. And I I think one of the things I'm proudest of as well is that TyreOps is very accessible. It's, a one-man band can take on TyreOps and have this kind of ability, or enterprise multi-depot operations can take the same ability, have a few extra features, of course, but it just gives them new opportunities and new ways to help their customers, help these fleets, regardless of what those fleet operations are.
Yeah. So, okay, I think we've covered very quickly, I must say. I think we've covered most of the key points. Is there anything else you would want to add?
Not at this point. I mean, this industry is at a turning point where a lot of customers are asking for more data, more insights, more flexibility. It's an exciting time for us, I have to say. Like, I'm thankful for the customers we've got. I'm thankful for their support as well, and the ongoing development of making tire ops is exactly what everyone needs in this industry. And I will continue to keep pushing that. And yeah, 2026 will be a fun year, I have to say. So
Yeah. I mean, it's great that today we have accessible data that guys like you provide. Um, it must make that fleet management job much easier for the team manager. I do recall years ago going in to talk to a fleet manager, and they got sort of, I think, 3,000 cars on their fleet, and I asked him about his tire management, and he brought out a wad of paper, and he said, "Well, this is it,
yep.
because I've got a report on every tire we've got on every car from our tire partners." And I said, "What do you do with that information?" And he said, "Well," he says, "unless somebody phones me and tells me they got a puncture," he dropped it in the bin. He didn't really. It was too much,
Yeah,
it
completely
was
wasted.
it was an effort it was a great idea to record all that data, but the idea of somebody wading through sheets and sheets of paper just wasn't going to happen. Whereas now, with what you've got, it comes up on the screen. Such and such a vehicle, such and such a tire. You've got a problem. You need to sort it. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the biggest wins, and why a lot of our customers now are winning that new business essentially, or even upselling to current customers, because it's just there, and that's what this industry needs. It's like the data is just, you log in. What do you need to know? There it is. Whether it's about jobs, whether it's about invoicing, whether it's about retreading, whether it's about the inspections, the compliance, wheel security. It's been a long journey what we've built, but now people are realizing that it's not just changing system, it's a big leap forward to how they work, but how they want to work, and they're just benefiting significantly, both themselves and the fleet operators. So I'm super excited and super happy that's the kind of effect from this. So,
yeah. It's. I mean, as an outsider, I look at it and I see we have a lot of businesses that operate in a just-in-time business, whether it's a car manufacturing or the supermarkets. And if that load ends up sitting at the side of the motorway for an hour, it misses its window, and
yep.
there's penalties to be paid. So that penalty for one truck might well pay for the system for the whole year.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. We're seeing a shift as well of people paying for tire inspections as well, and that alone has paid for the system. So just that change, like they now have a system which they can manage every part of their operation, which is, again, the benefits are significant for the value you get from us.
Well, there we have it. TyreOps has an answer for everyone from the wholesaler through to the fleets to the retreader and the tyre recycling sector. That last element is an area where the tyre industry has to do better to meet its ESG goals. Too many don't pay attention to what happens to the waste tyres. Tracking them may help ensure they get recycled sustainably. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was as educational for you as it was for me. We'll see you shortly for the next Tyre Talk. So take care and mind how you go.